Ah, it's Kiki. Oh dear.
Hi.
Hi. Was not expecting that. Well, Miss Kiki, Halloween edition.
Yep. It's the only time I'm going to get to dress up this year, probably, so went all out.
Awesome.
Bought me a hat.
It's a very nice hat. I've got a witch hat myself behind me. It's in regular black. Lazy. Oh, that's not the hat. Actually, okay, there we go. It's got like green ribboning on it. Oh. Nothing as fancy as Kiki's hat.
Well, yeah, mine's got a veil and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm having difficulty seeing through.
Yeah, it's shoot. Bookmark series. This year again, we're not going to be here for Halloween, but that's usually how it is.
Yeah, we just don't get trick-or-treaters anymore. Most of the kids in this apartment complex have grown up beyond that, or if they're still small enough to do it, their parents take them to Main Street instead of doing the apartment block.
And don't blame them.
Yeah. So I don't get to do my favorite thing, which is hand out candy to trick-or-treaters.
True. I have gotten to do it a couple times. Lots of times. Growing up, we were on the corner of a busy street and like a side street. So like we were lucky enough that we could go down the side streets in our block to trick or treat. But because our front door was facing the main road, which was it's 4 lanes plus the middle like turning lane, like nobody really showed up to our house. Like maybe a handful and a half of people. So, you know.
I know no one's going to show up, but I buy candy every year just in case.
Yeah, I'm going to have to remember because of my ear stuff going on because it moved to my right ear. Oh. I do not have my right earbud in, so I have to remember hold the microphone up to your mouth because it's not in your ear. But the nurse earlier sent a thing over to the pharmacy and it's ready and it's $100 for the eardrops. But I'm like,
holy fuck.
Yeah, it's like it'll be $100. I was like, fuck. I said, okay.
God, I'm glad I'm on government insurance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
And also like taking like Claritin or some other decongestant. So
what's the problem? Is it like inflammation or is there a buildup or?
Well, because this one was virtual, they couldn't really look in my ears. But because I know that my dad and my younger brother have wax issues, but since this is, there's pain. It's not sharp. Occasionally it like flares, but it's like vague pain. And because there's some slight like, oh, here's some sinus draining. They're thinking it's an infection, an ear infection instead of just like buildup. So like here, go ahead and do this for 10 days. If after 10 days it's still not going away, then come on in and have us take a look at it because, yeah. That's why I was going to go in yesterday, but then they called me like at least 2 hours. That was the good thing. They called me like 2 hours before my appointment. Said, hey, we're going to have to cancel because the doctors that you're supposed to see is not in today. I was like, oh. So originally they were going to be able to look at my ears, but yeah, they agreed with my my conclusion was, well, let's treat it for an infection first, and we can then go from there.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Hello and welcome to yet another spooktastic episode of the Super Happy Fun Jabbertron Tea Party podcast with Baba Yaga, Cupcake, and Mish. I hope everyone has a spooky and safe Halloween. Enjoy the show, my fellow internet beings.
Cupcake!
How do I use computer? I don't know how.
Yes. Cupcake!
Kiki, what the hell happened to you? Jesus Christ,
There is no Kiki, only Azul.
Hi.
You're such a dork. Jesus Christ.
Oops. There we go. This is probably the only time I'm going to get to dress up, so I'm dressing up.
Ah, fair enough.
I love Halloween.
No. 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 Of course. I gotta fight. I'm woefully unprepared as yeah, it's been a ride.
Do tell.
I literally woke up like half an hour ago. No, probably about 40 minutes ago. I have been working a lot. I do mean a lot. And everyone thinks I'm joking at work when I say that on my days off I sleep most of the day. Like, I got woken up at 5 a.m. by a panicked message from my guys at work stating there was shit going down and they needed answers, and I'm like, really? It's my day off. You have to message me. So then I was awake, and I'm like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll have a cup of Cupcake. The rest is history.
Oh, poor Cupcake.
Ugh. It's like I'm literally fresh out of the shower, as you can tell. Like, hair's still wet, sitting in the
Squeaky
dark.
clean.
Yep.
Oh my god. Well, I haven't had a shower in. Oh, hang on. Where the f is this?
Yeah,
I haven't had a shower in roughly 24 hours. Or hadn't had a shower in roughly 24 hours. Well, I showered before I went to work yesterday at 11 a.m. I was so tired when I got home. I just... That feeling when you get off a 10-hour shift and you're like, I should really shower, but this is so much comfortable to just sit here and do nothing. Oh, also, you can't tell, but like, I can get my leg turned up. I freaking like got a puncture mark somehow. Okay, seriously, I gotta tell this story because I don't know if I'm losing my mind or what. But last night, in the middle of the night, I take a leak. I got up, went to use the bathroom, and I swear to God, through the open door, I saw a brown toad. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And so I went down on my hands and knees to try to figure out where it went, because I saw it, like, jump from behind his shelf through the open doorway and into the hallway. And I'm like, fuck? Where the fuck did that come from? And I, like, got down and I, like, poked my big toe on something, like a puncture wound, and it bled and it bled and it bled. Like, I had blood all over the floor, my hands, like, towels. I was like, what the fuck did I do? And I, for the life of me, can't figure out what happened. It bled like crazy for like 10 minutes, and I dirtied a whole bunch of towels, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And I was fine. I never did find the toad.
Okay.
But I swear to, or frog, whatever. It was a brown amphibian. I watched it hop through the door. I got down on my hands, and I know I wasn't dreaming because I fucking, like, cut my toe open and, like, was bleeding like crazy. So I'm like, that wasn't a dream. But I looked all over the hallway. I couldn't see him anywhere. And I spent like the next hour after that cleaning up the blood.
I mean, if it was a hallucination, that's pretty mild.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck was that?
Oh boy. Yeah, for once last night, I kind of got woken up by something, which is rather odd, because usually I sleep like the dead.
Mm-hmm.
There was one point where hubby was like, yeah, I slept well last night except for the Amber Alert. I was like, there was an Amber Alert? Now, mind you, where I sleep, my phone is right next to my head. Like, not right next to it, but like, kind of like I'm laying in bed and like side table next to bed. I was like, there's an Amber Alert? He's like, yes, both of our phones were going off. I was like, I didn't hear it. And we all know how loud that shit is.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't fucking wake up. I'm sorry. But with the ear stuff going on, it was like...
Oh, right.
My head was like, oh, you're going to be awake. And then I was like, well, I'll stare at my phone for a little bit and then conk. Okay.
Right.
But like I was telling Kiki, they sent in a prescription for eardrops. Told me to also take Claritin or something like that. And the prescription's $100. Woo!
Ah, yes, the American medical healthcare system.
Yep. So hence, I have my left earbud in because my left ear is now mostly fine, and I have to hold up my earbud microphone so I'm close to my mouth because I'm like, I'm not going to try to have that in my ear for more than usual because, yeah.
We understand, and we appreciate your sacrifice.
Of course.
On that
Anything
note,
for you guys.
open up the ear towards the fan to try to dry out my eardrums. I'm glad you said that because I'm like, oh shit, I still have water in my ears when I'm wearing headphones.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have fans on both sides, so as long as I open the ears up to the air, it'll dry out here.
That's good. But yes, I'm now officially a part of AO3 online, and I posted 4 things already because I'm like, I need to get it out. And I've fallen down a hole of reading fan fiction. Just give me more.
Oh, all the fan fiction. The internet is almost nothing but porn and fan fiction, which overlap greatly.
Yeah, there's some bookmarks I have where it's like, especially one I read earlier today, where I was sitting there going, "Can I just?" Yes, I'm like, there's like authors where I'm like, click on name, keep scrolling. Does that sound an interesting read? Yes, it's very interesting.
Well, as our great sage Avenue Q said, the internet is for porn. Why you think the net was born? Porn, porn, porn.
Mm-hmm.
God, I haven't actively gone looking for porn in so long.
See, the fun part about the fanfiction ship stuff that I'm reading is a lot of the times there's porn. And so it's like, okay, I know they're going to throw something in there. So let's just read the story and go from there. Like, yesterday, one of the stories was actually making me cry. I was like, oh my God. Stop making me cry.
Oh.
But I love it. And I can't stop reading it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I got my CPAP machine, and I'm loving it, except for the part where you have to wear it.
Yeah.
I know, that's the hardest part.
Yeah, because I got the half mask, because my nose was too big for the full mask. because I have a big honking nose.
Big honking nose.
If you have a big nose, what does that mean? I have a ski slope? Jesus Christ.
Well, yes, you figured it out.
Well, I have a hump right at the top, and that's probably why it didn't fit.
Just like a witch would have. God damn it.
I don't have quite a crone nose, but yeah.
Yeah. Crone, Baba Yaga, whatever.
Okay. What, I'm Keanu Reeves now?
Apparently.
Well, wasn't that referencing with Babushka? Sorry. Let me fuck up my Eastern European terms.
Baba Yaga is correct, but it's just my latest reference to it is the fucking
John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick movies. I'm like, why is his name gone?
Well, to my knowledge, there is the Baba Yaga, and then there's a Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
So you can be a Baba Yaga, but not the Baba Yaga with the house with the chicken legs.
Right.
So technically, calling Kiki Baba Yaga right now would technically be correct.
And more amusingly is the Italians strike a nona, which is the same idea.
Mm-hmm.
But, as told by the great children's book writer, forget his first name, but Anthony, with her endless pot of pasta.
Oh my, that's not horrific or anything.
And she has the power to make as much food as she wants. That's one of her deals. And the first book in the Stricken Nona series of children's books, her assistant tries to make pasta without realizing how to use the pot, and she lives on the top of the hill outside of town, and he fills the town square with pasta because it just keeps spewing pasta unstoppably until she like went on business, and she comes back to the entire town drowning in spaghetti, and is like,
"Oops,
Big Anthony, what is your problem?" And he's like, "Well, I was hungry." And then she gives him a magic fork and tells him, "You will eat all of the pasta until it is gone. You will never until it is gone. This fork will make you hungry. Go." And he's like, "What? That's a lot of pasta. I don't care. Get eating."
Ew, ground pasta.
Let the punishment fit the crime, I guess.
Yeah, usually did. So, what's his name? Ichi Yamamoto died. Or is it Ichi? Eiichi? Am I the only person who knows who that is?
I think.
Belladonna of Sadness, Cleopatra, what the fuck else? Astro Boy. He was a director for Astro Boy as well. I know him mostly from Belladonna of Sadness, which is the great animated movie about a woman who becomes pregnant with the devil's child or something like that. It's kind of like a Rosemary's Baby, but not the aftermath part.
Right.
But it's so gorgeous. I don't know where you could stream it now. You could probably stream it somewhere, but I would recommend it. But yeah, he died. So sad. It's almost like old people die. Eventually. Did you see the Kickstarter for the new Dirty Pair dub?
Yes, I gotta wait for my credit card to close out for the month before I pledge, because it's gonna add it's $300 to pledge for the physical product.
Has it made it?
Oh yeah, it was damn close when I looked. backed out, probably pledge. I'll put it on a different card.
Here, let's look. Please don't autoplay anything. Yes, it has made its pledge with only
Yeah, no, it was
like
it was looking like it was gonna make it.
yeah, 1,000 plus backers with 25 days to go.
Yeah, no, they usually make it with time to spare now. Also, they do a great job.
Yeah, isn't
So
this like
want-
who's dubbing it? Nozami and like Right Stuff?
Yep.
OVA movies
16.
and Flash. Oh, all on Blu-ray for the entire series. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, if I
and
had $300, I'd get in on this.
it the base pledge is $60 plus shipping and handling to get the physical product.
Well, I think I saw somewhere they were going to release it regardless.
No, it'll eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
But
like,
to actually get it, you have to pledge that much to get it from the Kickstarter?
Right, yeah, right.
Okay.
Because they did the same thing with Area and Emma, Victorian Romance. What about the maid? Like, I've actually had those long enough that I got the Kickstarter and they physically released the product. I still haven't watched it.
Well, you have a lot of shit to watch and very little time now.
Right.
And you're tired
t-shirts
all
and
the time.
edition. Okay, so the one I would want is $135. If I want the t-shirt, it's another $30 plus $4 shipping and handling.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you can't get the. I don't know if I really want the t-shirt. Cool idea. I think I'll add the t-shirts.
Oh,
Awesome.
you add that t-shirt.
Oh no, I got pulled away here. What is Cupcake ordering besides the t-shirt?
Dirty Pair dub. It's an anime.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, no, $285 to get the the product, the t-shirt, the standee, and the art book.
Oh, you need a standee, of course.
I mean, without a doubt.
My most recent purchase in relation to any sort of media was an Overwatch cookbook.
Right.
Partially because it said Kikimaru on the front.
It does?
And yeah.
Oh. I've never looked at
on.
the Overwatch cookbook. I don't look at a lot of Overwatch stuff.
In a moment. Let me find this here. Images. Come on. Thank you. Well, it says Kikimaru on the bowl. Copy image. And there we go. Put it in the chat.
Oh, I see. There's two letters in front of it you can't see.
So it's either Kikimaru or Rikimaru. I'm probably it's probably Rikimaru based on what else I've seen of the, because I found the shorts in movie format, and one of the things when you first watching Hanzo's story is the Rikimaru sign, so that's probably what that is. But I just saw the Kamaru, I was like, Kiki!
Yeah. Oh man. How long have I been using this name? Shit.
Well, as long as I've known you, because that was what your IRC handle was.
Yeah, I used to have a couple of different ones before that, obviously, because I'm a person of the internet, but FF11 was in beta, I think, when Kikimaru started.
Jesus, that's way back.
Because that's where it came from, though, was my character name.
That's so funny.
Whoop, hat go over.
Mish has been a long time. Very long time. Yes.
Shit, I've been through about a half dozen names since I met you guys.
Yep.
And gone back to a couple.
Yes, of course, Dark Ninja Neo.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
I was the Dark Dragoon before that. That's where Spike came from.
Sorry, I had to laugh
God.
because I was like, okay, sir. All right.
Oh man.
God, I haven't used Dark Ninja Neo since like
High school.
beginning of high school. Yeah, I was like I was a freshman in high school because I pulled that from watching Naruto.
Oh god.
Oh Jesus Lord.
I mean, not that I've not had some cringy names nor taken some names from anime as well,
Right.
but wow, Naruto.
Like we're talking
God,
like when it was
Naruto's
first coming out
old
in
now.
English. Yeah. Dude, One Piece dates back to like 98 or 99. Like
Holy
there's a lot
fuck!
of shit that's been chugging along in the background.
Didn't One Piece like recently reach its 1,000th episode or something?
I think so.
Yeah. God, do I not want to try to watch that show? There's just too much of it.
Yeah, we've talked about picking it up, like as old anime fans, like you, me, other people, and like the general consensus is at this point, if you haven't been watching it from the beginning, and you're like say a grown adult with like a job and a family and a house, or whatever, you have responsibilities, like it's way too much. Like it would take you years just to catch up, and at that point it would have gone on for another couple of years, so you just like never ever catch up with it.
That's sort of how I feel about Critical Role. Like,
yeah,
it seems interesting, but there's so much.
I was gonna watch the new campaign they just started, but I have not gotten around to it. It's just so many other things.
I'm living it because we're doing Ironwood every the Saturday campaign is every other weekend, and we have every Thursday we do the main campaign. It's like that, like we're living that to some extent. Like we're broadcasting a campaign and it's going crazy. Like Dave's got, what did he say, 100 concurrent viewers every time we broadcast.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's once a week. That's the only thing he streams now. But like he was like a game streamer for months before we started it, and like he get like 6 people, and we started streaming this, and it didn't really take off until he started putting the recordings on YouTube, which is going crazy now. Like we get like hundreds of views off of every new week of the game, which I mean, like in the scheme of things isn't a lot, but like we're nobodies. We're not advertising it. We're not like, ooh, come watch us. We're just throwing it up so we have a record, and it's like people are watching the shit.
Well, D&D's big right now.
Yeah.
It's not even D&D, it's his own homebrew game, Ironwood, which is hilarious and stupid.
Well, okay, I should say tabletop gaming is big right now.
Yeah.
The whole concept behind it.
I just call it D&D because if I talk about Ironwood, they're like, what? I'm like, he made his own D&D. They're like, you can make that? I'm like,
yeah, I don't know what he calls it anymore because I'm dumb and don't remember.
Yeah, it's okay.
Even though I'm a person in it. But hubby started his own game every other Wednesday.
Right.
I forget what he calls the Chronicle.
I know I dove into D&D TikTok, which is funny because they're batting back and forth between what's the worst D&D class and why is it Bard, and back and forth between Bards are great, Bards are not great. And I kind of dipped my toe in there because I tagged one of the creators because he's one of the ones that is, he has his own class, which is a mix between wizard and warlock. He calls it a wizlock. And so he's one of the ones who are like, bards, like, if you have enough charisma with your other characters, you don't need a bard. And you're kind of ragging on bards a little bit. So I kind of tagged him in the video and was like, you know, it kind of occurred to me, and like I've been watching this, and as a musician myself, I can kind of understand. But what also occurred to me is that Bard, and this also kind of came from seeing another video where like someone did the whole like level 0 Bard, I'm going to change the world, and then level 20 Bard of I've given up hope, and becomes just dark. And I'm like, well, wizard or warlock bard. Like, you're either a bard who gets, like, cross-class into warlock, or a warlock who takes classes in bard. But I'm like, what occurred to me is that warlocks and bards have patrons. They can both get patrons, right? Warlocks is a little bit more, from what I remember, it's more integral to getting their magic use. They kind of require a patron of some sort. And I was like, what happens when a bard gets a patron that's usually given to a warlock? Because just based on bards, they're going to fall into some shit. And all of a sudden, they're staring at an infernal patron. And they need that infernal patron to get out of whatever shit they fell into. So I'm like, what? And I was like, what happens when that happens? And then I kind of threw up the, like, whole spooky eye, like, cat eye thing. And I was like, I don't think you want to know what happens when that happens. And he just went, oh, shit. I kind of pulled out a little bit of the Mish character. I was like, you don't want to know what happens when that happens. But just kind of poked my toe in there a little bit to be like, yeah, sometimes bards are scary. And it's not necessarily musical bards either. It's bards with words can also be incredibly scary. But, I'm not going to get too much into that because I'm like, I don't know if I want to put the energy into creating a character right now.
It's all fun and games until the priest casts hellfire and rains molten lava on the entire enemy party.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's been my favorite thing about playing a priest, is it's like, what can you do, heel boy? Snaps finger and burning rocks fall from the sky. Oh shit, that's right. And one of the other players was like, that's not a real power for a priest. They go, ever read the Exodus? He goes, the Exodus. They go, the story of Moses? He goes, yeah. It's one of the plagues. He's like, what? I'm like, it's one of the plagues. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. It's the 9th plague. He's like, bullshit. I go look it up. He looks it up. He goes, son of a bitch. Yup.
Well, I mean, speaking from Christian perspective, I mean, seriously, if you can't rain down hellfire on the quote-unquote heathens and non-believers, come on now.
Right.
Rain hellfire on me, baby.
Well, because everyone was trying to comprehend how that's a high-level spell for a mostly healing class. Like, why the hell do you have the ability to cast burning rocks? I'm like, it's one of the plagues.
But I was also kind of basing it off of the fact that the Mercedes Lackey's Valdemar series, you can be a minstrel. There's also bard with a capital B. And so, of course, you have the whole thing of being able to sing, play instruments, multiple instruments, and compose, and also having a gift of when you start singing, people pay attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, as in one overarching series where we following one main character and his friend in the Collegium, her father is a master bard. And as it said, it's easy to go out and be a hero when you know you have a big-ass shield to hide behind. Because if you have this gift and this way of words, you can convince people to not shoot at you. So, like, it's real easy to be a hero when you know you have that. So that was kind of my thing of... And also from a webcomic I read where someone from our universe, like, Earth from our universe, gets transferred to another universe. And so he's a musician, he's a guitarist and singer. And what the funny part is that because he has such encyclopedic knowledge of it, like from like the 50s through like the 80s and 90s of all that music, technically he gets transposed to the other universe, and he's this bard. And when he starts singing, whatever song he's singing, well, if he's singing a love song, you kind of know where it's going. Everyone's like, heart eyes, heart eyes, heart eyes. Oh, dearest mental. Ah. So he kind of has to learn how to control that. And one of the funny parts is he's like, well, early on when they're trying to get out of, one of the whole D&D campaigns where you're stuck in a dark tunnel and there are monsters coming at you that have very sharp teeth. So, like, they killed a big mommy monster. And then all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch of baby monsters. And it's, oh shit moment. And then he's like, well, if singing creates actions, goodness gracious, great balls of fire, whoom, and just fire everywhere. And he's like, and then it stops. And he's like, okay. Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay? I didn't burn anyway. Okay, good. But like, I'm gonna have to find it because it's absolutely hysterical. It's out of his hands, and I think out of his mouth and eyes, because that's the power. Like, Tula says, like, it felt like an earthquake in your fist because he got angry and a douchebag. I was about to punch him, and Tula kind of diffused it, and she's like, dude. Or it felt like an earthquake. She's a priestess, so she can feel that. She's like, it was an earthquake in your fucking fist. So I'm like, and then my brain is like, well, what would happen if you did play a bard with that kind of magical power? And this is like, I don't know what would happen, but it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
I particularly love the concept of magic users being massively underestimated because they always look particularly unpowerful.
True. There was one.
Oh, sorry.
Go well. There in that vein, I saw something where it's like, well, a magic user that dresses like Peter Baelish from Game of Thrones looks just like a rich, lazy bum. And then all of a sudden, it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to get your head chopped off? Let me leave then.
Well, my favorite series of fantasy books, Belgrath the Sorcerer, first disciple of Elder, God of Magic, the ultimate, what do they call it? The Eternal Man. He's immortal. He's the most powerful human user of magic in the entire world. He is a grubby-looking, average-sized old man with dirty clothing and a general grouchy disposition.
Yeah.
He's the most powerful user of magic in the entire story. He's a generally disregarded bum. He can literally do anything. He can do anything he wants. He's the most powerful user. He wears dirty clothing, mismatched shoes, because they're comfortable. They actually bring this up because the main character, Gary, had asked him, he's like, Grandfather, why do you wear mismatched shoes? Like, well, the left one is more comfortable on this pair, the right one was more comfortable on that pair, so I figured, why not just wear the comfortable shoes? And I guess that makes sense. It's like, he basically goes, what do I care what people think? It's like, I guess if you lived for 7,000 years, you really wouldn't care, would you?
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Like, you watched...
Also, that reminds me, because I always loved I think it's Dragons of Autumn Twilight. I think it's in one of those books of that trilogy. So the adventuring party meets up with what seems to be a bumbling old man dressed as a wizard. And technically he is a wizard, but he's bumbling and kind of messes stuff up. Well, you don't find out until later that Fizban is a mortal incarnation of the lawful good god of that universe.
Right.
And it's like... it's just like it's so great because
Right.
nobody knows, and he saves Taz, who eventually, if I remember it, because it's been years since I've read any of these books, I read them so much and so much of them that I still remember. Taz actually helped save the actual universe, but if he had not been saved by Featherfall, he wouldn't have been there to save the universe.
Right.
Oof. Huh. Anyways. But, yeah. And that's a little bit why Mish is the way she is.
Right.
And I came to the realization because I was talking about another server. I'm like, Leaf and Mish are kind of at the point where they're eldritch beings a little bit. They're leaning into that. We're a little bit eldritch horror.
Oh yeah.
Right now.
Oh yeah.
Just not necessarily, and it's not necessarily tentacles, but it's just But I was just, because I mentioned, I'm like, oh my god. Speaking as someone who has 2 OCs, that I was like, because we were talking about another character from Hazbin Hotel. I was like, Alistair is definitely Eldritch Horror type. And like, based on my OCs, there's reason I don't share some of the artwork I have of Alistair on my Pinterest board because, well, it can make people uncomfortable. I like it. I'm like, he's all teeth in one of them. He's like, his teeth are just, and I'm just like, yes. But I'm like, that's why she's just. I
said that's a fucking joke that both of our original characters have done, is the grin that goes maybe a little too wide.
Yeah.
More teeth like that should be in a mouth.
Yeah, that's one of the things when I was describing it, that I mentioned earlier, the one artist who drew my character, it's like that's one of the things that puts her into the uncanny valley, even when she's not smiling with teeth. Because then the teeth, the corners of her mouth look like they're going too wide.
Right.
It's not quite something that you notice, like consciously notice.
Right.
But your subconscious lizard brain is going, something's not right here.
Well, it's like I always imagine, like, when Leaf isn't, like, in his demon form, isn't saying anything, it's just like a black face, you know what I'm saying, like white eyes and just a black head with nothing. And then when he opens his mouth, it's like a chomp from Mario, the things like the black balls on a chain where it just opens its mouth, it's just like teeth.
Yeah, Mish's is a little bit more, I almost said mine, because I'm slipping into the RP brainwave.
Well, it's a part of you. It's an aspect of your personality.
At this point, it is.
Right. Well, my character Jack in Ironwood is basically like an aspect of my personality, which he's been fun to play because I somehow managed to roll the 6'3", 175-pound beanpole. Like, he's not light. I mean, he's not like a little dude. Like, he's not like thin, but like at 175 pounds and that height, he's not exactly bulky. And he's 18 years old, and at current point in game, which he's roughly halfway to being. Oh, sure. He's roughly halfway to being 19. We've been playing, like, in game, it's been about 6 months since we started. He was right after he turned 18, basically. He's on the cusp of attaining the ability to resurrect the dead. Which is not something that. Yeah, it's not something that a character his age is supposed to be able to do. Because that was like one of my things, like early game goals was that he would attain resurrection magic, because like just gameplay wise, I thought it would be good for him as the party healer, party doctor, party diplomat to have the ability to bring the dead back to life, the recently deceased at least. He doesn't have true resurrection, which is the ability to bring anyone back at any time. But that's, like, gameplay mechanics wise, that's not that much farther away. Like, if you could bring the dead back, like the recently slain in battle, like, you're just working your way towards true resurrection at that point. Like, once you figure out how to put a soul back into a regenerated body, you've already taken the biggest step magic-wise. The next step of being able to bring anyone back is just a gradient of how far you can pull somebody back from the realm of the dead. Because I'm a weirdo, and I thought that was a fun, if I was an 18-year-old priest with the ability to heal people, I think that's what I would want to do, is be able to bring the dead back to life. Oh, and hellfire.
Alright, I'm back.
I'm back, I'm Cupcake.
Oh, shut up.
Ah.
Oh, God, my body hurts. I'm old and crazy!
Oh, you young.
Are you about to turn 37, dear heart?
No, I'll be 35 in 4 months?
Just after I turn 37.
Right. Actually, for like the last month and a half, I thought I was 35. I'm like, I'm 35, right? And then my mom had to do the counting. She's like, well, I'm blah, 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 and you were born in this year, so that would make you 34. I'm like, all right, I'm 34. Good. That means I don't have to get my license renewed until next year.
Yeah. When am I gonna renew mine?
I need to do mine, and I think it's that time where it's like, they're going to need a whole bunch of other shit because it's a special license now.
Oh, you haven't gotten the Gold Star license yet?
No, I have not.
I don't think it's a Gold Star. It's different every state, but there's a gold icon in the top right corner once you get the new license.
Yeah, the real ID.
Yeah. I call it a Gold Star because that's what it is. In our state, if you have the Gold Star in the right corner, that means you've got a real ID license. I actually got the big fancy one, like the real ID plus blah blah blah, because it was like, it doesn't cost anything extra, and you've already brought all the required documentation. So because my mom was asking after I got it, she's like, do I need to get that? I'm like, are you planning on going by land to Mexico or Canada in the near future? She's like, no. I'm like, then you don't need it, because literally all it's good for.
Yeah.
Oh, funny thing is I don't know if I will. I mean, I could, but I already got my passport updated last year because, we were going to try to go out of the country for our 10-year anniversary, and
this thing called COVID hit, and the rest
I know, right?
Fucking COVID.
And it was like, because it was just like, really? Okay. I don't want to get sick or get stuck outside of the United States.
I mean, your husband is proof positive that even vaccinated, you can still catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, even because what he's going to do is even after we get back from Vegas, he's going to work from home for 2 weeks just because,
right.
It happened to him last time he went out for business, so he's like, I might as well just...
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, honestly. Sounds pretty smart.
Since our country's insistent that, half of us are going to be vaccinated, the other half are not, we're going to be dealing with this indefinitely. It's never going to go away.
Yeah.
Then you have Portugal and Denmark where everybody got vaccinated, and now they're like, well, shit, what do we do? Everybody's vaccinated.
I forget how much of California is vaccinated. 80. According to this, 86%.
Let's see what Minnesota's at.
Let's see here.
It's not good. I guarantee.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's only one dose. Only 59%.
So only half. 72% of the population got dose 1, but only 54% got dose 2.
Yeah, it's pretty low because people are idiots.
Right.
So let's see
or they
here.
go, oh, I already got COVID. I don't need the shot. Fucker, you need the shot. You can get COVID more than once.
We ended up at 63.7% got dose 1, and 53.2% got dose 2. So we're not much better than you are.
So apparently, according to the Google, apparently 50.39% of Ohio's population has been fully vaccinated. So yeah.
Here it says Ohio's only at 46.4.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Ugh.
In national progress, we're at 51% of the population is at dose 2. And we have more than enough to vaccinate everybody because the doses per 100 people, we have roughly 119 doses per 100 people. So there's more than enough. Anybody who wants to get it. And it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'll tell you what's going to happen is our state, like a lot of the progressive states, are going to start requiring it as a requirement for schooling and stuff. And that's going to drive our numbers. Yeah, it's going to drive our numbers way up once they it's something like next year they're going to require all the kids to be vaccinated. We're having too much trouble with outbreaks in schools.
Yeah, we've made it part of our mandatory school list.
I think it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got to try to make an appointment this weekend for a flu shot. Speaking of vaccinations, because I do not want to get the flu this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be wearing masks indefinitely, which helps.
Yeah, but...
God, you can really tell I butchered my beard earlier this week.
Whoops. Oh, gee, yeah, there's the spot. I can see your chin.
Right.
So yeah, I can see more chin than
usual.
Right. You can actually, like I say, I was going to take a picture. You can actually see the growth pattern, because this one, I basically ended up having to shave it all the way down. It's slowly been regrowing all week. And nobody noticed at work because I've been wearing a mask, so nobody even noticed that I was missing a beard for like 4 or 5 days, because this happened like Monday of last week. But you can see my growth pattern because like it's not very thick here, but like my goatee is just like
Yeah, occasionally I can see, like, especially on the weekends, hubby's growth pattern. Right. So I can kind of gaze at him and imagine him with a beard.
It was really funny to me because I haven't been like anywhere close to clean shaven in over a decade. And I wasn't paying attention when I was using my trimmer, and I had it set to the lowest setting. Oops. And I'm like, I took my mustache off, and I'm like, oh shit, whoops. Well, it's all coming off now because there's no way to even that out.
Poor hubby.
And what's so funny to me is like
to shave his life. To shave his life? To save his life.
What's up?
Poor hubby can't grow a beard to save his life.
Oh yeah. No, it was really funny because my mom didn't see me for the first couple days because it was like open, close. And all of a sudden I walked up and she goes, "Did you shave your beard off?" I go, "It was an accident. I didn't shave it all the way off, but I had stubble for basically 2 days." Well, it all slowly like grew back in.
Babyface Cupcake.
Oh my god, dude! No, I'm like looking at myself. I'm like, dude, I'm a paunchy middle-aged guy. Jesus fuck, when did that happen?
It's happened to hubby around 30-ish.
Yeah, you like
he lost his baby face.
Right. All of a sudden, you like look at your face. You're like, dude, I got like an adult face. When did that happen?
Still remember the one time that the hubby's baby face prevented us from getting into the winking lizard. And it's like, we know he's not yet 21. Like, it's another month before he's 21. He's the only one of us who is not going to drink alcohol. But we couldn't go in because he wasn't 21 yet. Because baby face.
My favorite one of all time was, I think I was 28. And I had to get my license renewed. And the lady, I wasn't even drinking at the bar, but the lady was pretty sure that I was trying to, like, pass, like, I was underage trying to pass old enough to drink, and I'm like, dude, like, look at my date of birth on my voided license, like, I'm over 21 by a long shot.
Yeah, at this point, in retail, if you see 19 as the first 2 letters, they're over 21, you could give them the alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they did this whole thing. It's a fake ID. I'm like, yes, I had a fake ID made with void clipped in it.
Oh, I know, right? So 4 minutes 26. Okay. It took them like 15 minutes to put me to break. So I'm like, oh, what time is it? Oh, okay.
Yes, good times.
But, oh, yes. I also got volume. So I still have to catch up on this because I've been kind of listening to another creator, but I listened to Scary Story podcast that's called Scared to Death by Bad Magic Productions. And it's one of 3. I'm so behind on time suck that they have a section of the podcast where it's reader stories, so or listener stories, so you can send in your tales of weird and strange and stuff like that. So they're already on volume 2 of reader stories, so they actually put it in book format. So I recently got that. So that's a new book.
Yay, book.
Yes. And yeah. Now, Stinky, have you been good and not done your stuff in the house? Lately, he's been peeing and pooping in the house. Yeah, hi. I don't see anything. He's been enjoying a sunspot and gardening the house. The whole shebang.
Yeah. So, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is getting a game.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of game, just a game.
It's gonna be a dating sim.
To the sauce.
I would play the shit out of that.
I think we would all play the shit out of that.
It'll be on the Switch, though, so it won't be a naughty dating sim.
Right. Which is hilarious because the guy who writes Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is a huge hentai writer. That's what his claim to fame was before. It was he wrote all this really gratuitous porn. That's why I always laugh when people are they're Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is kind of horny in strange ways. I'm like, have you ever looked at the guy's other work? The guy is into his claim to fame is weird niche fetish porn.
Oh, speaking of porn writers, I guess. I think you told me he does porn, or at least itchy. I've been watching Gambare Doki-chan, or Doki-chan. How do you say that?
Yes, yeah, the one about the
Senpai
office lady.
Is mine. Do your best, Doki-chan. Senpai is mine. Yeah.
Right.
There's only 3 episodes out, and they're only 10 minutes long, but it is adorable as fuck.
That entire manga is amazing. His newest one is the Kohai goes. It's not translated, so I'm not exactly sure what it said. The Kohai walked up to the guy that she likes and asked him something. And she's behind the doorway in the hallway, and she turns bright red and walks away. And then the next one that came out was her Kohai talking to her, and she was working on her laptop, and she just goes face down on the desk, red faced. So I think the Kohai asked their senpai, which of us do you like the best, and he said her, the main character.
How sweet.
I mean, it's been implied pretty regularly that he has eyes for her only, but the other girls are always fighting over him.
Yeah.
Notice me,
Does-
senpai.
In the manga for Ganbare Dokiken, does he have a face? Because he doesn't have a face in the anime.
No, he doesn't. He does
He
not.
has a
like,
mouth, but no like eyes or anything.
You never see him up close.
Yeah.
Because it's really about the girls fighting over him.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I suppose that also helps you insert yourself into his position.
I mean, yeah, I think to some extent, but I also think that the writer's more concerned about their interactions than he's a plot device, less than more or less.
Yeah. Dude, in the most detailed underwear I have ever seen.
Yes. The person who writes that originally wrote Miru, is it Miru My Tights? Which is a thing about girls wearing like nylons and tights and stockings and stuff. Like they've got I don't know if it's a he or a she, but they have 3 art books of girls in stocking, basically.
Yeah, that is a pretty big fetish over there. Not that it's not one over here, too.
That shit's hot, yo. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Like, different lengths of tights are called different things, specifically because of it.
Right. Like the stockings.
Yeah.
That's a thing with, even with, fun slice of... I mean, look at KO. The girls all wear different size, you have, what Mio wears, calf length, and Ritsu wears just, ankle length, and, God, which one of them, one of them wears nylons, and now I can't think of which one of the 5 girls is the one.
Our technical lead? What's her name? Fuck.
Is it the main girl? I suddenly can't think of her name. Oh my god, it's the main character! She's the best character in the entire show, and I can't think of her name. Yui!
Yeah, yes.
Because it's Yui and Ui. I was like, I know because the sisters have similar names. It's Yui and Ui.
Yeah, Yui. I just got to the Wikipedia page.
Right. Yeah, Yui wears nylons.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's one of the episodes. There's a whole conversation about why they wear what they wear.
Yeah.
And I feel like Yui just goes that means you don't have to shave your legs. Or
there is that.
that.
Yeah, I mean it depends on how thick the nylons are, really, but yeah.
Right.
True.
Or maybe it's a conversation about one of them had shaved their legs, and they're like, "Oh, it's so smooth." Yui pulls hers down, and she's got a forest growing. I think it's one of the winter episodes, so she's wearing actual stockings, basically.
His hat does not want to stay on with these headphones.
All of a sudden, I'm reminded. A lot of writers in the Mikanzo fanfictions will and I know in the Overwatch game, the Shimada dragons are not actual entities. They're just a part of the powers that they have.
They're a manifestation of the powers.
Yeah, they're just a manifestation, and once they're done, it goes back. But a lot of the stories have them as actual entities, which includes mine, by the way. And a lot of the times, because they're Eastern dragons, so of course the joke of noodle dragons, a lot like ferrets are called noodles.
Right.
Yeah.
Ginger noodles are on the way.
So, of course, what does any 5-year-old Japanese boy like? So there's one in the story where they're called ramen, soba, and udon.
Right.
Because, well, noodles. But
Noodles.
I actually borrowed an idea from one of them because I am writing an Overwatch fic, and so Genji's in mine is called Gojira or Gojira.
Right.
Because I'm like, I like that. Give the female one the big name. Say Big Lizard. Big Lizard.
Oh, Blackrock Shooter's gonna get a new anime too. I just remembered that.
Ooh.
Woo!
Let me see if I can
Come on,
find the
okay.
article.
I was never actually able to ever find the English version of the original Black Rock Shooter.
Well, maybe once this comes out, it'll come back.
Yeah, probably. I know they're pushing Viz Media to get the rights to the live action Sailor Moon.
Yee!
It hasn't happened, but they asked all the collectors like, well, what would you want us to get of like existing properties? And everybody was like, get the live action Sailor Moon series.
Dude, it's so corny and good, and I love it,
Right.
and I love its concept behind Princess Serenity.
And then like legitimately wouldn't even have to dub it, just release it subbed.
Yeah, I mean, you can find fan subs, obviously, but I would
Right.
love like a legit subbed copy.
Right.
Like, that's something I would probably buy myself.
Right.
Ah.
Also, if they could release some of the toys from that franchise, because they had a lot of, like, weapons and stuff that were released as replicas,
Right.
but never
know all
over
the-
here.
Can you imagine if they released the kaleidoscope wand over here?
Oh, dude, it would sell out fast.
Dude, it sells out fast in Japan, and I
Yeah.
know a lot of ladies who are into Sailor Moon. That's like the thing they're looking for. That and the one that comes before the wand.
Is that the cutie one, or is the cutie one before it?
Yeah, I can't remember. I know one of the people that I talked to from way back as cosplayers waiting for them to do a replica of her staff for when she's Turtle Sailor Moon. The wand that comes after the kaleidoscope that like turns into the staff.
The Eternal one, whatever it's called.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I forget the names of them.
The tiare, or however you say it. The Eternal tiare.
Yeah. It starts as a wand and then eventually it becomes the staff.
Yeah, it's extendable. Especially
Right.
after she gets the relic that they never explain in the original anime.
Right.
She just suddenly has it.
I'm really into like aside to that topic, I'm really into like the narrative of power growth in characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like how they get to power. Because that's almost more interesting to me than just getting the power becoming a thing. It's like, how did they acquire it? You said like they didn't ever explain in the first anime how she got it, but in the manga, I'm sure it's explained.
It'll probably be explained in the new anime.
Probably. Hopefully.
I don't remember how she gets it. She might find it on the moon or something like that. It's like an ancient relic.
Right.
That gets attached to her Eternal Tiara. Or however the fuck you say it.
That reminds me of someone saying like that the most realistic reaction to suddenly like getting superpowers or something like that, becoming like a hero or getting special powers, whatever you want to call it,
right,
is Eddie Brock when he gets Venom. And
in the new live action Venoms?
Yeah, I just love Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock in Venom. It's just, I love it. And anyone who is butthurt over the fact that they are together and that he's anything other than straight can just remain butthurt and get more butthurt because I love it. Sorry.
I just love how he always looks like he's like, 10 minutes out of the bottle the entire movie.
Yeah, well, he's so tired and
Well, having a symbiote fucking, fuse
wrecks
to you do that.
Especially one that wants to eat nothing but garbage.
Right.
Yeah, he basically looks like he's on the edge of like a complete physical breakdown and mental breakdown, and just Venom. Can we eat this? No, you're going to eat this. Venom.
I still love the post credit scene where they're in the convenience store.
Yeah, and he just eats the guy.
Yeah, the guy starts robbing the poor clerk, and you just you hear Venom like in his mind going, "Let's eat him." It's like we can't just eat every robber who tries to fucking help. It's like, I'm gonna eat him. Okay, fine. it just cuts to like the claw grabbing the guy and picking him up. Yeah. And the whole like they've become one. The half Eddie's face and half Venom.
Yeah, I've had the post-credit scenes for Venom 2 spoiled by a fucking headline.
Oh no!
Because people who write headlines, you should not put your spoiler in your headline.
Right.
Like, this is how he does this, and this is how this stuff happens. It's like, thanks.
Assholes.
Yeah, I had to wait for a little bit before. It was actually like almost 3 weeks ago now, but it was the What If episode with Party Thor.
Oh, I loved Party Thor.
Party Thor. I legitimately
Party Thor.
Well, the Loki TV show gave us like 2 seconds of Jotun Loki. This one gave us a whole episode with Jotun Loki in him, and I swear to God, like legitimately, like I swear, I was watching it and heard Tom Hiddleston's voice. It didn't register until it flipped to the first time you see Jotun Loki, and I legitimately yelled out loud and had to pause it and just freak out for a second because I was like, yes, an actual frost giant. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Oh, I can now watch it.
Dude, I have not disliked the What If so far. I haven't seen the latest one, but I especially like the zombie one, obviously, because I love zombies, but
let's just say in the new one, we see someone from a previous episode.
No, I've been spoiled a little bit again by headlines.
Oh.
Because there's just...
Then you know about Doctor Strange, then.
Yeah, there's just somebody in my RSS feed that doesn't know how to properly write headlines.
Oh, fuck them, then.
Know that Darth Vader is somebody's father? Thanks, assholes! I mean, I get it in the context of today, that doesn't make any sense, but I'm talking, like...
Well, I just, if I could travel back in time, because there's the videos of people reacting to the Infinity War scene where he gets Mjolnir, and people are just screaming in the theater and like, yes! I want to go back in time and watch people find out that Darth Vader is the Skywalker. And to see people's reactions. Just because, at this point, it's 40 years down the road, something like that.
What? You're talking about fucking Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah, when they find out, like, Luke, I am your father, or what?
Yeah, I think it's 40 years. Is it this year or next year?
Well, the first one came out in 1977, and that's when my brother was born.
So it's been over 40 years, so it'd be 79 then.
Yeah, so, and I was about to say, I'm like, he just turned 44. So, yeah, it's like at least 42 years since that came out.
Yeah, because I want to say Return of the Jedi was like 85?
Yeah,
that was in like the 80s, something like that. I can't remember.
Right.
Let's see here. Let's ask Siri.
Lucasfilm to celebrate 50th anniversary in 2020.
When did Return of the Jedi come out? It says May 25th, 1983.
Okay, it was 83.
It's older than me and Kiki.
Well, because we were talking about, I was talking about watching, like, Ghostbusters 1 as a kid, and, like, Ghostbusters 2, like, being very little, seeing Ghostbusters 2, I remember seeing it for the first time, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Ghostbusters 2 was, like, either 89 or 91. I mean, I was, like, I don't think I was even alive for Ghostbusters 1, but Ghostbusters 2 came out when I was, like, basically right out of diaper. I feel like. I could be wrong. It could have been later.
Let's see, 1984.
For Ghostbusters 2?
For 1.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, Ghostbusters 2? 89.
89, so I was, like, out of diapers, basically. Because it was like, you're old enough to have seen Ghostbusters in the theaters. I'm like, hell no! The fuck are you talking about? I'm not that old! Jesus!
Poor Cupcake being mistaken for a severely old man.
Well, because I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff, like, you know, that we're all from a generation that, like, the kids coming up now are like, that movie's old. I'm like, I remember seeing that movie in theaters. I mean, Jesus, what? Like, Fellowship of the Ring is 20 years old, isn't it?
Oh, God. Is it?
Because that was 01, wasn't it? Or was it later? Has it not quite reached it? Because I feel like I was in high school when that came out.
Let's see. Fellowship of the Ring came out in 01.
Yeah, so it's 20 years old this year.
Wow. God, I'm old.
Well, the only reason I realized that was I saw a picture of, I can't think of his name, the guy who played Samwise Gamgee. His daughter was graduating college, and I was like, oh shit, like, she was, like, little in those, like, she was in one of the movies, she was little. So that means it's been at least 20 years.
I wonder how well we'll agree with this list.
What is it?
10 effortlessly cool animes you should watch before Netflix Cowboy Bebop comes out.
Okay.
Here, I'll link it.
Yeah, I want to see this. Okay, start slideshow. I agree with the first one.
Black Lagoon is good.
Black Lagoon is amazing, and it's really too bad that the author basically gave up on it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think so.
Aww. See.
It was never, I don't think it was ever, like, commercially viable as a manga. I mean, it is really good. Or, maybe I'm wrong.
No, let's Google it.
With the manga resume in September of 2019.
Oh, this says it's going on still.
Oh, he picked it back up. Because for, like, the longest time, he wasn't doing anything with it. Yeah, it went on hiatus in 2010, resumed in 2013, went on hiatus in 2014. In 2017, it was announced it was going to resume, and then it was again in 18, and 18 was in 19, 19 was in 20. What if it's kind of like the guy who's married to, the guy who does, Sailor Moon's author's husband, who does, Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, okay. It was like
Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter. He's got back problems, and so he can't, like he has issues, like, keeping up with his work because his back is completely wrecked.
Aw. That sucks. I say as I hunch over my tablet and ruin my back more and more every day.
Right.
Next one is Outlaw Star.
Yes. God, yes.
More people need to
God.
see Outlaw Star.
For the glory of the Catal Empire! The entire crew of the Outlaw Star is amazing. Jim, Jean, Aisha, Haruka.
Oh, apparently you watch Outlaw Star on Hulu. That's good to know. You probably own it. You own 3 copies of it? DVD,
Regular,
Blu-ray, and then special edition?
Yes. I was gonna say the cheap edition, the collector's edition, and then like the ultimate like remaster for the 20th anniversary.
I need a hat pin.
Yeah, dude, Outlaw Star legitimately I watched it when I got the super collector's edition. It has held up. It is amazing. Also, Melfina and Jean's whole interactions are some of my favorite like characterizations of people slowly falling for each other I've seen in an anime.
Mm-hmm.
She's just such an asshole. It's amazing.
Let's see, the next one is Gunnex Sword, which I've never seen.
I feel like I own it, but I've never watched it.
That would not surprise me.
Like, I made a point to collect it at some point and just never got around to watching it. And I'm pretty sure it only has a DVD release because it's from that weird, like, early 2000s era where there's never really going to be a remaster because it was created digitally and they didn't do any HD masters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can watch this on Hulu, too. Samurai Champloo. That's a great one.
I have only seen bits and pieces of it from when it was on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never watched it all the way through.
Oh, high recommendation. It's so awesome.
I know how it ends. I've seen chunks of it, but I've never seen it like all the way through. And it's the same guy, Watanabe, who did Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, that's why it has a similar style
Right.
animation.
I've never watched Psycho Pass. That's the next one.
Neither have I, and I had no want to based on the trailer.
Right, they described what it was about. I'm like, oh great, it's a Minority Report, basically.
Yeah, this even says reminiscent of Minority Report, which I did not like.
Right. Well, it was such a bad movie.
Yeah. Although I should probably read the book. Maybe the book's better.
The books, Philip K. Dick novels are awesome, but they always do a really shitty job of adapting them. That was the same deal with, the only one that's been done well is Blade Runner.
Well, yeah. Which I still have to see the new movie. Still haven't seen that.
I haven't either. I lost my mouse. There it is. Carol and Tuesday, the same. I've never seen it, but it's the same universe as Cowboy Bebop.
Don't you own this?
I don't own it.
You don't?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know that Carol and Tuesday ever got a release.
Well, it's on Netflix, so I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. I've actually watched Carol and Tuesday, at least the first episode.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cute. And I have watched the newest Blade Runner movie. It's pretty good. Didn't realize I was muted, and I'm like talking, and I'm like, wait a minute, can you hear me?
It's like, why are you ignoring me?
Oh, why are you ignoring me, senpai? Oh, because I'm muted.
Yeah, I don't think it's gotten a physical release yet. I think it's one of those weird Netflix ones that just they've done. They did the Netflix, but no one's ever picked up the home video rights.
Okay, what's
All right.
next? Bungo Stray Dogs, which I have
Never-
not seen.
I'm told it's very good. I've never watched it.
Yeah, this says you can watch it on Crunchyroll, so maybe I'll get around to it someday on my giant list of animes I need to watch, along with my giant list of other shit I need to watch, along with my giant shit of books I need to read.
Dude, stop talking to me about my life.
Yeah, who makes the pile?
Let's not talk about the pile. Wait, also, there's the fact that
Oh, do you have stuff to open?
I actually have a box from last week.
Oh.
It's the first thing I bought in like 2 months, just because I've been like, I'm not buying anything that like I don't plan on watching in like the near future anymore. Barring like some special editions and stuff that like if I don't buy it, I'm not gonna see it. Like I'm not gonna be able to get it.
Yeah. Let's see. Next one is Coyote Ragtime Show, which I have not heard of.
It is amazing.
Is it?
It is fucking amazing. I don't even remember what it's like about, like what the storyline ends up being, but it's the guy, the main character, Mister, is the basis for Grandpa Leaf.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yes. Like, this, I bought this on DVD. I have like the Steel Collector's Edition somewhere on my shelf. And I thought the character was so great that he was the basis for how I wrote Grandpa Leaf.
Grandpa G. I still call him Grandpa G.
Right?
Because, well,
It's
he's
very
great.
It's very similar. It's like Cowboy Bebop, but a lot lighter. Like much less like melancholy.
Less melancholy. We can all use a little bit of that.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is Space Dandy, which I have not watched, but I've heard rave reviews for.
Yeah, people really like this a lot. I like looked at it and thought it looked stupid from the way they were describing it and just never bought it. But I'm told it's very good.
Good.
And then the next one is Trigun! That's a
Trigun
classic.
It's not aged well.
No, it has not. but it is a classic.
Trigun's one of those things like they really should remake it. They really should remake it. Because I think going off the actual manga storyline, it would be fantastic. It'd be a lot darker, which I don't know if people would love, but Vash isn't that far off in the anime versus how he is in the manga, so it'd still be alright. There's some stuff that happens in the manga that they cut out for the TV show. And because of the fact they don't think they were gonna do it, I'm gonna spoil something. Wolfwood is one of the Gung Ho Guns.
Okay.
And he's redeemed by meeting Vash.
Oh,
Like
Trigun's the last one? Okay.
he comes to kill Vash the Stampede and is using a pseudonym of Wolfwood. And then later on, like near the end of the story, you find out that he was one of the big bad Gung Ho Guns.
Nice.
They kill the guy claiming to be the guy in question, and then Wolfwood finally reveals that he was that character, that he was the real one, and they're like, "What? How? But what?" He's like, "You didn't think it was really weird that I had like all the same descriptive characteristics of the guy you just killed? We just thought that was coincidence." But yeah, I like Trigun, but I warn people it's very much a product of the late 90s. Oh, that was it? That was all 10? Damn.
Yeah, that went by fast.
Right.
But yeah, that's alright. I mean, I still love Cowboy Bebop. I'm actually looking forward to the live action show.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna be awesome.
They said it's not going to be like exactly the same, which I would hope it's not, because I don't want to
No.
see a retelling of what I've already seen.
Right. Let's do Beauty and the Beast in live action, shot for shot!
Fuck's sake.
It's true.
Although apparently the new Cinderella is good. The
Yeah.
Amazon one, I want to say? Or is it Apple TV? I want to say it's Amazon. Yeah, because my mother-in-law watched it, and I don't have Apple TV, so it's Amazon.
Whoop whoop. I recently actually managed to get all the way through Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, which was cute.
Oh yeah? Just
Yeah.
cute?
What's up?
I have like no idea what it's about. It's just on my list.
Short answer, slice of life. Guy's the upperclassman of Uzaki-chan. He was a year ahead of her, I want to say. And he's kind of a loner, stays to himself, and the whole thing is about her trying to get him like out of his shell.
Mm.
And it's pretty clear that the anime doesn't get into it, but it's pretty clear from the way things are written that it's about like their budding relationship. Because like he really didn't have, they were like casual acquaintances in high school, and it's kind of them building their friendship and eventually like their relationship. The only reason I know that is one of the newer manga chapters. He says he loves her, and she just looks at him like, "What?" He's like, "Whoops."
Whoops. I mean...
This doesn't come up in the anime, to be clear. Like, it's not like a spoiler from the anime. Like, I've been watching season 2 of, is it Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon?
I just couldn't get into that one.
I don't know, I like it. Season 2's a lot better than season 1, which is saying something, because I liked season 1 just fine. Bill Cornell is interesting in that he's just like legitimately like a good guy, not a horn dog, like not out to get laid, and everybody, like all the women around him are terrified of like one of the other women is gonna steal him away, and so they're all fighting over him. Like, it's a harem anime, but it's not a harem anime like that he's a horn dog trying to get a harem. It's the girls are fighting over him because he's like a decent human being. And I laugh about it because it's a bunch of human girls and then the goddess Hestia.
Nice.
And it's pretty clear that, you know, like the way they write it, the main ship is him and Hestia.
Of course. I mean, they fucking live together.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, I found one of the pictures I was referencing earlier with Alistair.
Yeah.
Just putting it in there.
That's
so
a lot
lots of teeth. Lots of teeth.
That reminds me of Devilman? Is that what I'm thinking of?
I mean, Alucard from Hellsing does that too.
Yeah, he does.
Where he goes, "Brrrr!" And it's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Baxter.
That the giant grin seems to be a pretty big trope horror-wise of like something that looks human but is terrifyingly inhuman, and that's the giveaway is that the giant teeth.
Yeah, it's just so unnatural. It's either too many teeth or too wide a grin or a mixture thereof.
Right. The unhinging
Or like the one I just shared, the eyes are just black holes.
Yeah.
Right.
And then usually the tongue is too long as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I did read something once, like I think it was referencing like the vampire trope of a taller, thinner, pale-skinned being.
Right.
And it's like we have this trope the stories of these beings that look like this, which means that, so what part of our genetic history going back thousands of years, what was here that made us afraid of things that look like that?
Well, it's like spiders. Like, we have like a hard-coded fear of spiders, and the general consensus is that at some point in far evolutionary past, we ran into spiders or insects that were a lot larger than they are now and dangerous.
Well,
Yeah.
hell, if you go to Australia, they're still large and dangerous.
Well, we're talking like dinner plate on average sized.
Yeah. Well, can't tarantulas get pretty big?
Goliath birding spiders are the biggest, and they're 12 inches in diameter.
Oh, God.
But they don't generally eat anything as big as us. They're not, like, aggressive towards things above a certain size because they just
Doesn't mean
realize...
I'm not gonna kill it.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's like the, you know, I've like we all make the joke like the giant Japanese hornets. It's like there's always the joke in like old animes. Like I literally never understood this until like 5-10 years ago when I had an evolutionary biology class. A bit longer than that because I graduated, God, almost 10 years ago. Probably 15. The how big hornets are in Japan. Like
Yeah.
we think of hornets, they're yellow jackets or hornets. They're maybe half an inch max. Fucking giant, like Inuyasha, the giant hornets. Like, oh, they don't get that big. Yes, they fucking do.
Yeah.
That are at least as large as my thumb, if not larger.
Right.
Like a human thumb, if not larger. And it's like, and also the whole thing of like mosquito. Well, usually in Spanish, ito means little. Like,
right.
So why? That begs the question of what the fuck are mosquitoes small versions of?
Right.
But then there's a horror movie with giant mosquitoes as well. I can't remember the name of it, but I do remember that.
Can you imagine
like a bee horror flick?
Can you imagine like mosquitoes the size of hummingbirds?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
I would not want to go outside.
There's a reason we developed DDT. It's for this very purpose. And I'm actually not joking because historically that's why DDT came around, was to kill mosquitoes in the South. It's the whole reason we don't have malaria here anymore. That's an amazing story. Like the one good thing that came out of the invention of DDT is malaria was endemic to North America until DDT was used in the South. It's the only reason why North America doesn't have malaria anymore.
It fucked other shit up. It just got rid of malaria.
Yeah, no, it wasn't overall it wasn't a good thing, but like the one reason that we used it was so effective against the mosquitoes that carry malaria.
Well,
they still use it in other places because of that reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of things out there that we no longer use that did some good stuff back in the day, but turned out to, not be good on the whole.
It's, we didn't realize it at the time, but it's kind of the nuclear option.
Yeah. So what's in the box?
I don't know, let's find out. I forgot what I ordered.
Of course you did.
Oh. Try not to hook by.
Oops.
That was new. They don't usually open like that. Alright, let's see. We've got from Up on Poppy Hill.
Woo. Ooh, pardon.
Oh, that finally came in. Perfect blue.
Oh,
the steelbook, because I don't remember owning this on Blu-ray, so I was like, I'm gonna buy the
Blu-ray.
Most importantly of all, Porco Rosso. This is what I have been waiting for all along. I was so mad that this took until September to come out. Because they did every other fucking Ghibli movie but this one. And then
I know Cupcake was waiting for that. That's his favorite.
Oh yeah.
Or one of his favorites.
And then this one I bought just to fill out the order so that I could get free shipping. I don't even know if I say this right. Shakibato, President, It's Time for Battle.
That looks cute.
So, if I understand this correctly, I gotta look. I'm pretty sure that this is about a girl who took over her family's business of making dungeons.
Okay.
Like fantasy dungeons, not like sex dungeons.
Not naughty dungeons.
Yeah, not naughty dungeons. Yeah, when Minato takes over as president when Minato takes over the president as his missing father's struggling adventuring company, his good-natured management style proves it's not just about exploring dungeons and filling out paperwork. It's about treating your employees like family. So this is about a kid running an adventuring company.
Ah.
And it just seemed like such a fun story that I was like, it was on sale. It was like $20. I was like, I'm gonna buy this and give it a shot. That's it. That's all that was in my box.
That was what's in his box.
Bweck. Bweck, I say bweck.
Oh, I'm out of news articles.
I know. Actually, I gotta go take a leak. I'll be right back.
Hey.
Ugh. If I can get up without killing myself. Ugh.
Alright, I was back.
Welcome back. I didn't go anywhere because I had nowhere to go. Cupcake went to pee. And now he's in the fridge.
Ow. Random pain from the ear, always fun.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's not you. It's AR. Muttering to myself.
Speaking of pain, my ribs are still messed up.
Damn.
Yeah, they're healing like really fucking slowly. Apparently it's a muscle spasm issue.
Oh
It
no.
just won't stop. No matter how much I pump myself full of meds. But
That's actually pretty haunting.
on the bright side, I did buy myself a nice, cute sports bra to wear because I can't wear regular bras.
There's that. I did actually buy myself a new bra because I tried one out. I was like, I need new ones because I'm losing weight. Let me try this out. And it worked. So I was like, let me get another one.
Yay! New bras are the best.
I think that was $100. Yep.
Jeez. Fucking shit.
Right.
I mean, I buy my bras on the cheap, so I feel bad when I spend like $60 some odd. And my tits are huge.
Yeah.
Got their own gravitational field.
Yes. It's probably why I'm an inch shorter.
They're slowly pulling you down.
Yes.
You're gonna be like a compressed spring. They finally do the reduction. You just gonna fucking shoot up like 6 inches. Kiki wakes up being over 6 feet tall. She's like, what the fuck?
I'd have to buy all new pants. What you drinking?
Monster Ultra Orange.
Ultra.
I'm on. Unfortunately, I can't stop drinking the Death Wish coffee I bought.
Well, you
So
should.
technically, I'm on
Kept
cup
you up.
3.
You're on cup fucking 3. You're gonna be up all night again.
I know. I was
Join
like,
the club. I come home from work, it's like no one's even fucking awake. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? The hell am I gonna do? I can't sleep. And I'm too tired to focus on watching anything. Instead of staring into the abyss for the next 4 or 5 hours.
I'm drinking some Earl Grey with silver tips, which is delicious. Cupcake looks confused, and then something happened.
You right, buddy? You okay, pal? Oh, God. You're good. Okay.
Your dog
Right.
making noise?
You alright, buddy? Doing okay? Oh, shit. I think he's okay. He's looking at me like, what? The fuck, brother?
Well, as long as he's okay.
I thought I heard him growl. I'm like, what?
Oh.
I think he might have been having a nightmare.
Aww. Poor puppy.
Oh, no. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do for dinner. I was gonna go to the grocery store, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get pizza.
That's kind of what I'm thinking I'm gonna send my mom a message in like another half hour and see what she wants to do. If she wants to get food or what, because I was gonna make dinner. I just don't have it.
Yeah, we woke up early to bake shake and bake in the oven, so we can have that
Nice.
later tonight.
Nice. All right, 'cause it's still like hot as hell out there.
Well, it's only going to be 80 something today, but that's still too hot to use the oven.
It's 73 today.
I hate you.
You know what's really fun? Tomorrow it's gonna be 69. Nice. Then 70, 71, 74, 64, 63, 69. Nice.
Nice. Next week we're supposed to cool off and maybe even get some water from the sky gods.
Right.
It's not going to be a whole lot, not enough to, dampen any fires or anything, but
No, never.
fire season's almost over, so.
I keep waiting for like the legitimately cold weather to hit, and they keep saying like they keep going like it's in the 70s, but in 3 days it's gonna. And every time we get there, it's like it's gonna be 80 today. I'm like, I thought we were gonna get cold. No, that'll be next week. Like, dude, it's already the 5th of October. We're not gonna have a Halloween at this rate. It's gonna be like it's Halloween and it's 80.
Yay.
I just saw the CDC headline that they're suggesting that you have a virtual Thanksgiving this year.
Nice.
Makes me think they're going, if you motherfuckers travel, we're screwed.
Well, luckily everybody I usually have Thanksgiving with already lives here.
Right.
Mm.
I don't know how we're going to do it this year, because
Maybe just have a small one with you and your mom?
I'm honestly kind of thinking that, like, unless my grandparents, somebody, like, steps up, say they're going to do it. Even then, I'm kind of iffy about, like, yeah, I don't know.
It's just Turkey Day.
Well,
it's not
just,
like it's Christmas or something.
Not even Christmas. Like, other than my grandparents, I really don't care if I don't see anybody. It's fine.
Mm. Well, to be fair, Christmas for us is just Thanksgiving too. Electric Boogaloo.
Right.
True.
Right, yeah.
Because there's no kids to give toys to or anything, so.
Right.
So it's just another big dinner.
Well, that's like the same thing. Like, I'm in my 30s. Everybody's like, you're too old for presents. I'm like, okay, thank you.
You can at least give them socks. Jeez.
I know, right?
Everybody needs socks.
Of course.
Isn't that like the #1 requested item in homeless shelters, according to a commercial I saw about socks?
I think so.
Yeah, and second being underwear, and then shirts after that.
Yeah, I think sanitary products for
women.
The ladies who have that stuff.
For people who have uteruses.
Yeah.
Uterusize?
Yeah, that's what I said. For folks who have that stuff.
Yeah. For uterus having people.
That has got to be. Sorry, I just got sent a clip. This lady's calls 911 and orders a pizza, and the woman on the other line's like, "Ma'am, I think you're mistaken." She's like, "Yeah, is a large enough for 2 people?" She's like, "The dress is blah blah blah." And all of a sudden, the operator is like, "Oh shit!" And it just cuts to the dispatcher calling out, and you hear the officer answering, and then it cuts to his thing as he's rolling up on the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something they tell domestic abuse victims to do, is to call into 911 and pretend you're ordering something.
Right.
So that after you give the address and the operator asks if you're in trouble, you can just say yes, as if you're replying to confirm the address.
Right.
Just like people say you should shout fire instead of help if you're in trouble, because more people will come to a fire.
Right.
Because a lot of people will just ignore a scream for help because they don't want trouble. But if you shout fire, that's something to look at.
Right.
Although if you just do a blood-curdling scream in general, a lot of people might show up.
Holy shit. They fucking... The operator goes, if he's armed, I want you to ask me for extra pepperoni. She's like, oh yeah, extra pepperoni would be great. I'd like a lot of extra pepperoni. And you see the cop get out of the car, stop, go around in the back, open the trunk, and come out with an assault rifle.
Yeah, smart.
Because he can hear what she's saying to the caller. He's getting out of the car with his gun drawn. He hears extra pepperoni. He stops, goes around in the back, gets the assault rifle, and goes back to what he was doing. That made me laugh a little bit just because she's like, if he's armed, I want just extra pepperoni. Oh yeah, we want lots of extra pepperoni. I'm like, oh shit.
I'm so happy to have never had to make one of those calls.
Oh yeah, right.
The only 911 call I've ever been in relation to is when my mom had her heart attack, and I'm not even the one who was on the phone.
It's always... acts of violence are never...
No.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely one of those people that get involved when I see it happening just because I'm psychotic.
Well, I mean, you should, but that's not how we're raised in America.
Right.
On TV, they say you should, but in real life, you're snitches get stitches.
Right.
That's a joke we say, but it's true. You don't get in other people's shit because you might get hurt. When really you should get in other people's shit because someone is getting hurt.
Like I said, catching friend raping girls and the aftermath of beating him within an inch of his life.
Yeah.
I wasn't a pussy after that.
Oof. Tea has made me gassy. That or soda I had. Maybe it was soda.
I mean, it's like, just like casual brutality. Just it was like I was at work. And my guy was working on downstock from up on the rack, and like some dude just starts with like casual racism, and I'm like 10 feet away, and I just like look at the guy. I'm like, did you say what I think you said? And he's like, what is it to you? I'm like, a lot of things.
Yeah. That's not something I stand for. I don't care how like simplistic you put it. If you're gonna be a racist asshole near me, you're a racist asshole.
But more importantly, like when it happened, I was the assistant, but I'm still the guy's supervisor. I'm like looked at him. I looked at the guy. I'm like, do we have a problem? The guy's like, oh, if you want to make it a problem. I'm like, I'll be right back. And I like walked it back and called my general manager. I'm like, you want to get over here like now? I give my AGM a lot of credit. That was one of the few times that like the guy looked at him and was like, I can say what I want. It's a free country. He's like, not here. Get out. It's like
you have freedom. You have freedom of speech, but not freedom from consequences, which is why retail employees do not tell you what they are thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if they did, they would be fired.
Oh, I've straight up said, like, I've told all of my people, I'm like, people start shit with you, like, come find me. Like, I got nothing to lose. I will fucking lay into this motherfucker. And I you know, we give my general manager, like the actual general manager, a lot of shit, but that's one of the things he doesn't put up with.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't allow these people to abuse us.
That's good.
He's you know, there's a lot of nasty things that we've said about him, but I have stated that like multiple times, like when somebody's been cruel, like he's stood up and been like, no, why are you doing that?
4 p.m. Heard the mental clock going off. I was like, oh yeah, it's 4 o'clock. Anyways.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, what was I? I was thinking something. I don't know what it was. It was something. Yeah, definitely going to the store later to pick up that stuff.
Pick up what? What?
A whole bunch of my friends I hang out with are like, one of them was like, it'd be interesting if we did a Discord Zoom for the Yankees Red Sox game tonight. And my buddy Wada's like, I'm down to watch any game if there's people to hang out with. I'm like, never. But if you guys are gonna be there, I can sit quietly in the corner. Wada just puts up a fucking gif of one of the guys from fucking Big Bang Theory, Go Sports. I found IT crowd. I'm like, hooray! They've kicked the ball.
Yes. Only they don't keep those in baseball, but yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Before I got all discombobulated, what were you gonna pick up? Ish?
The eardrops at the pharmacy. I'm up to work.
That God willing will fix her fucking broken ear. Broken. When you want to contract fucking and broken together. Broken. It's a reverse contraction. The contraction's on the front, not the back.
Well, is broken when you've been fucked well enough that you can't walk?
Oh man.
I've been there and done that.
I used to get really bad ear infections when I was little. I've had tubes put in before. They were temporary, not permanent like my brother's, but yeah, I know what that's like. Not being able to walk because your ear fucking hurts.
Not gonna lie, coming off of Mish's comment and then Kiki's comment, I was going like, wait, what? You get ear infections from getting fucked too hard?
I can tell you that trying to have sex while having an ear infection is not great.
That sounds painful.
Yeah.
I'm guessing having sex while having any type of infection is probably not optimal.
No. Especially if you have an infection in a sexy area.
I was gonna say, I don't think this is the time. Why? I have a urinary infection.
Yeah, definitely don't have sex when you have a UTI.
Ah! That's not completely terrifying.
What?
Here, hang on, I gotta do image address. There. I didn't read the caption right away. I was like, what the fuck?
That dog has no back legs. At first it looked like it had no head. Wait, what?
It's missing one of its front legs. It has its back legs.
No, okay, it's missing its front leg. There we go.
Yeah, it's reaching back to scratch part of its back. So it's actually, the head's turned to the right. But it looks like it cut its head off, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, that dog has no head. Was my first thought.
Right, I was like, whoa!
I mean, that's a great Halloween costume for a dog. I have put like a sweater on Ringo because he gets cold in the winter sometimes, but I can't imagine putting a costume on him. I'm just not one of those kinds of people.
No, yeah, I agree.
The closest I've ever done to like a costume is I put a handkerchief on him once. That's it.
Right.
And he did not care for it, so I took it off.
Right.
This is the dog that gets cold in the summer, though, so...
Right.
He always wants to be under the blanket.
We're rapidly reaching the point where I'm going to spend the next 8 to 9 months under a blanket if I'm home, because it's not quite there, but we're starting to feel it. Like, I'm having times where I'm like, it's chilly.
Yeah, shouldn't you be, like, getting the slush or at least snow soon?
Probably another month the way the weather's going right now, because, like, we haven't gotten below freezing yet.
Ah, okay.
We're only, like, in the low 40s, but, like, the first time... Like, I told my mom, like, the first day it's, like, legitimately, like, it stays cold, like, let's say below 50s. We really should fire up the furnace, even for a little bit, just to burn the shit off of it, so that when we do need it, we either A, know we've already gotten whatever's wrong fixed if it's not working, or B, like, we don't have to smell the burning smell when it's actually cold and we can't open the windows. Like, I'm saying, like, it's chilly but not freezing, turn it on, open the windows, let it burn off all the dust from sitting all summer.
Apparently Mitch McConnell's being a dumbass.
I'm shocked, I tell you.
We have a responsibility to raise the debt ceiling, but the Republicans have no responsibility to help do that. I'm not quoting verbatim, but that's essentially what he said.
Right, right.
So he wants the debt ceiling raised, but he doesn't want to do it.
Right.
All right.
Welcome back.
And just as I had asked that question, I get a call. But thankfully, I have enough experience from flipping the switch between not safe for work to beep. Okay, customer. Hi, thank you for calling. I could still hear the smile in my voice, but
Right.
It's just a smile. You don't know why I'm smiling. I'm just smiling.
Yes, I'm smiling because good customer service. That's the only reason. I don't have any
Yes.
naughty thoughts.
And what I love is that I'm just a complete asshole all the time, and they haven't done anything about it. I don't even have a customer service voice anymore. I'm just like, what do you want?
Poor Cupcake.
Oh, the entire pandemic has taken any amount of pleasantness out of me. I'm just an asshole. If people are like, "I need something," I'm like, "Yeah, what do you need?" Like, huh? Like, what do you need? Do you speak? I would like to know what you want because I'm busy. Like, I don't like your attitude. Well, I don't like yours either. So where are we at? What do we need? Like, well, I want to talk to the department manager. You're talking to him, so what do you need? We're not getting anywhere. Well, I need a switch. Aisle 12 on your right, section D. Oh, okay. Walks away.
See, I have no problem with someone who would speak to me like that because, even if I'm being polite, because you know what? Humanity is, at least in America, has shown that they don't give a shit about the people who are in retail. They really don't give a shit.
Right.
Because they want their goddamn toilet paper.
Right. Don't even get me started on that. I still have about 10 cases sitting in my basement. I didn't buy them all at once. I bought one case every couple weeks just in case this continued to be an issue. Covering for the rest of my family because I could know when our toilet paper was coming in.
Ooh, someone lives by the lakes in Minnesota. Okay, you gave us our... I don't know why the hell this guy did not... He attached a friggin... Like, it looks like a cover letter to this email. And it's just like, no, you don't need to do that for us. You can just say, hi, please change my address to XYZ. Thanks. Here's my mobile number.
Someone's being a tad formal.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Like, legit. Like, I'm just, okay. Not that I'm trying to judge, but I'm like, what the fuck? He even dated. Okay. You do you, boo boo.
Ooh, why is Bailey trending? What did Bailey do?
Bailey?
She's a wrestler.
Oh, okay. It's like, who?
Not the liqueur, Bish. Not the liqueur.
I thought she was talking about a person. I was like, Bailey? What?
Man whose wife's to hospital to force him to administer bitter medicine dies of COVID. At least he died a patriot. Sorry, wait, I meant an idiot.
Okay, nothing bad happened to her. That's fine.
Rates. Yeah, you'll probably be able to hear my typing because the microphone is literally sitting right next to the keyboard.
That's fine. People love typing, right? There's whole videos dedicated to mechanical keyboard typing.
I've even been typing. People are like, you type so fast. I'm like, yes. That's what I went to school for. Typing. Well, technically not typing, but my already, I know how to type from, high school and middle school ramped up because I have a writing major. So, hindsight being 2020, I should have done English or creative writing, but
as I work towards my art degree.
Useless degrees. Tell me about it.
You with your many useless degrees.
Who is?
Although, aren't a lot of degrees just useless these days?
These folks. I'm sorry. I just saw it in the chat. I was like, oh, these people. Because some folks in the other server I'm in, really active in, they simp over Hawks a lot.
Right.
A lot.
I just saw what you posted. I didn't hear it go off because I'm set to Do Not Disturb. I don't know these characters well enough to say.
I just thought it was funny.
Because I don't watch
My Hero Academia, so
it's on my list.
They sold me because all the greatest hero of all time is voiced by Chris Sabat.
I don't know that name.
Vegeta, Piccolo.
Oh, okay.
Louis Armstrong.
Then yes.
10 generations of the Armstrong family have taught me how to grow big muscles. And my favorite scene of the entirety of fucking Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is when Sig Curtis and Louis Armstrong meet, and they both flex and blow their shirts off. Because I am an idiot, and that shit fucking cracked me the fuck up. I just thought that was funny. I didn't actually, have anything with it. I was just like, this is hilarious. Oh, are you hungry? Is my shadow man kind of hungry? Oh, I want to feed you soon. Wake up, old guy. Oh, I know. I'll get you fed.
What should I have for lunch?
Food.
Thank
delicious,
you.
Delicious food.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
I'm glad I could help.
Eating dirt.
I'm a big fan of rocks myself.
Too hard on my teeth.
Get better teeth. The hell's my problem?
Okay, I may praise government insurance all the time, but government dental insurance is shitty.
Dude, I have... my dental insurance is $12 a month and it's shitty.
Although I should go in for cleaning.
I know, I finally scheduled one after a year and a half of not having one. It's not going to be pretty, I know.
Especially since I lost that tooth. I should probably go in and have it looked at. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, so I think the nerve is dead.
Probably. We'll get you fed, just hang on.
But I'm losing this canine over here. It keeps getting smaller.
Nice.
I don't know if it's receding back up or if I just never noticed before how small it was.
Right.
Because it's barely there compared to my other canine, especially.
Right.
Considering I have such big front teeth because of my overheight. Just worried they're going to be like, you need braces. I'm going to be like, fuck no, I'm an adult. Time for braces be over.
Oh wow, they got that Dirty Pair Kickstarter. They got Jessica Calvello to come back and voice Yuri again. They got one of the two back already.
Nice.
They must have been talking to her about it ahead of time, and she was just like, yeah, sure.
If you can get it done, I'll do it.
Right.
That's neat. Oh, now that I've acknowledged that I have teeth, I can feel them.
Oh no!
It's two first.
Teeth. Holy shit. Minnesota has averaged, for the first 20 days of the school year, we've averaged 11 school bus stop arm violations a day. Who the fuck is running a stopped school bus? Like, Jesus Christ. I've never been in that kind of hurry. I mean, I could see if, like, maybe you're gonna, like, crap your pants or something, but, like, or bleeding out, but, like, otherwise, Jesus, stop.
Yeah, not much else going on over here. Just
Is everywhere else having the same school bus shortage we're having?
I'm not sure.
Probably.
Like, we're having a driver shortage, so some schools have had to hire like out to different kinds of buses just to get kids to school, like a party bus,
Oh, God.
like with a
Jesus.
stripper pole and everything.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I
that made the
love it.
news. Because apparently a child had to ask, like, why is there a stripper pole on this bus? Why do you know what a stripper pole is?
Well, my mom's a stripper, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, the number of suburban mothers that are taking the whatever you want to call like the alternative aerobics, which is basically like the stripper pole aerobics, is kind of amazing to me. I've been seeing that a lot.
Dude, stripping makes you ripped. Especially having
Right.
to lift
Yeah.
your own body if you're good at it and not just, a sad blonde girl who has to strip through life. Not that
Right.
stripping is sad, just that I've seen a bunch of sad blonde strippers in my life
Right.
Yeah.
who, you can tell don't want to be there.
Right.
As opposed to the ones who enjoy their jobs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exotic dancing. I was trying to think of what the hell they called it.
Yes, exactly.
I know. I will feed you. Just hang on. I'll be back.
Okay.
It's going nuts. Going nuts. I say nuts. Come on. Oh, yeah, all right. Here we go. He's all excited. Brother's gonna.
Nope, you moved too far away from the mic.
Oopsie daisy.
Yep. Oh well. I think I'll have a hamburger. I'll make myself a nice hamburger with cheese.
That sounds good.
Maybe a bit of
Hubby took out steaks for dinner.
Ooh, steak. We never did clean our barbecue for the grilling season. So I didn't do any barbecuing at all.
Mm.
Not that I probably would because it was too blistering fucking hot to be outside during
Yeah.
it.
That too.
I mean, I suppose I could clean it off now for the cooler season and just barbecue out when it's nice.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not going to get freezing anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. True. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I couldn't quite contain the little sigh I had when I was like, and I have, and then he cuts me off. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I try not to do that when I'm in their position, but it's like, shite.
I realized my mom bought lunch meat. I was like, I'll make it a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Sandwich. What kind of sandwich? What kind of lunch meat do you got on there?
Spicy Italian and ham.
Ooh, spicy Italian. This makes me
It's
want
like
Subway.
Right.
I am so ready for this to stop.
I'm sorry, Mish.
Just... Yeah. Anyways.
Well, now it's my turn to pee, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Good.
Look, Cupcake, munch a munch.
Mm-hmm. That's it, buddy. I ate it. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Brother didn't have any lunch, so he was hungry too, just like you were.
Mm-hmm.
Brother slept right through lunch. Huh. Oop, back it up. He's backing up. Watch out.
I'm back,
Yay.
as you can see. Oh. So much tea for such a tiny body. Tea?
Right.
Mhm.
I had to pee a lot. Those are the words I'm trying to say.
It's like the other night at work. I was so tired. One of the plumbing manager, the part over was. She's like, "You got somebody at your desk." I'm like, or something like, "I need you to meet me in the aisle." I'm like, "I can see you're behind," and I like look there. I'm like, "I'm sorry. I mean, you're in front of me. You're walking up the aisle." I'm like, it's like, "I'm so sorry. That was not meant to be sexual harassment. The English is not coming to me." She's like, "No, I know." It's like, "I know, Cupcake."
Mhm.
Oh.
Like, I want to apologize. Like, that was not like intentional. I'm just a brain dead moron right now.
Hey, it's 1:30 here. Do we want to wrap up?
Probably wise.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so Mish can go get her prescription and stuff.
Yes, you'll need that prescription.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
Yes.
Anyways. Alright, so good talking to y'alls.
Thanks for podding with me, as per usual.
Of course.
Yeah.
This will be out much later in the month, as per usual.
Hopefully we'll have it out by November. Just in time to record the next one.
Shut
Of
up.
course. Oh, jeez. Anyways, toodles, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
And then there
And then she was gone. Yep.
Okay, let me hit.
She was done.
Let me hit stop.
Thank you once again for listening to the super happy fun Jabbertron Tea Party podcast with Baba Yaga, Cupcake, and Miss. Once again, I hope you have a lovely and spooky Halloween, and it's full of scary moments. Farewell, my fellow internet beings.